What's up, people? I think I got you. Well, this is about relationships, like man, female. So I was checking out this video and this guy was explaining to viewers that he has a girl, he been going out with her like for a whole year, and she said that that her rent keeps on going up every year, but she pays like $4,000 of rent, and she only has one room. She pays light and all the other utilities separate, and they've been going out for 1 year. But he has also a place, but he only pays $3,000, and he got extra rooms. So he was talking to his girl and telling her, well, if you have problems and you don't want to pay that much, maybe you could move in with me, right? You could move in with him, and you could save $1,000 because he only pays $3,000. And she was thinking about it, and they went back and forth, and she said, no, why don't you move in with me? And things like that. Yeah, but you don't have enough room and things like that, because he got like 3 rooms. She only got 1 bedroom, and he only pays $3,000. So it's better that he was saying that you moved in with me and things like that, and we could go 50-50. See, and the problems with that is that women never want to go 50-50. But if you move in with her, you have to pay her whole rent. You see the difference between that? Now, if she wants him to move in with him and he accepts, he has to pay $4,000 of rent when he was paying $3,000 with 2 extra bedrooms. But you move in with her, you got to pay $4,000 and 1 bedroom. So you're going to have to be cluttered in 1 room with each other when you could have extra rooms and maybe have a closet, turn a extra room into a closet and things like that, and you have space. But he was trying to tell her, convince her that if she moves in with him, that she could save $1,000, extra and do other things with it. And she said, nah, that she don't go for that she don't like to go half and half, that's a man's job, and he's with a woman, he has to pay everything. Now, most likely, if the man could, he should. But the thing is now that things have changed, right? And women wants equal rights. Everything should be equal, right? 50-50, it's not bad. You still save 50% of your $4,000 that you was paying. Now you're only gonna pay $1,500. You still get to keep the other $1,500, right? But she didn't understand that. She wanted to know that's your job to pay everything. So the guy said, all right, if I'm gonna pay you that rent, $4,000, well, you're gonna have to cook for me every day and wash my clothes. And then she said, oh, wait a minute. Now you want me to do all that? Oh, so you don't want to watch, you just want a slave. So what is the woman's role in a relationship then? She didn't want to pay the rent. He asked her, okay, I'm gonna pay for it, but you're gonna have to do something for it, because what you're gonna do, you're gonna live for free in his place. He don't need you then. If you're not gonna do anything, you're not gonna pay the $4,000 of rent. And then you don't want to cook and you don't want to clean. So why would a man be with a girl that's not gonna offer anything to the relationship? A relationship is that everybody's gonna contribute together. But this lady didn't want to contribute to anything. She just probably wanted to live, free, like a handout. Like most women live on government subsidies, so they don't really struggle for anything. But when they get a man, they want the man to pay all these things, and they keep the rest of whatever money the government is giving to them. So, women are already, in their mind, they have this concept that they don't have to do anything, but they want equal rights. They want to do everything men do. But when it comes to contribute to the relationship, they don't want to contribute. So the man said, you know what? We might as well break up here. It looks like we're not in the same page, or we're not in this relationship as a partner, right? Everything wants to be one-sided, right? I have to do everything, and you're going to be with me taking up space, but you're not going to be paying anything. So, you know, that didn't work out. So he had cut off his relationship and things like that. And another thing is that a lot of women these days are in their 50s, 55, going on their 60s, and they still singles. And they still think they could get on these dating sites and put up a profile saying that they lovable, they caring, and they understandable. No, you're not understandable. That's the reason why you're single. Because you didn't want to share a responsibility within your relationship. And that's why you single right now. But now you're begging because you feel lonely and then you want something. And then these older women think that they're going to get a younger man, right? A woman cannot date down. They only could date up. So, you know, they're going to get whatever's out there and things like that. And most of these women still are active. You know, they want an older man to be strong in bed and give them some, you know, quality time, so, you know, intimacy, which they can't, right? You know, they probably suffer from heart problems, back problems, you know, all kinds of stuff. And a lot of older women, I think their sex drive is either higher, and they think they're going to get a younger man. No, younger man or older man doesn't date up, they date down, right? An older man could date an older woman or younger woman, right? The man don't have no problem with that, and younger women don't care about if the man is older because they know the man could take care of them. But a younger man is not gonna date an older woman unless the older woman is paying for his, you know, game console, buying, you know, getting him his sports car. Because no younger man is gonna do things like that for an older woman if the woman is not gonna take care of him. And that's the way it is. So your older woman is either you gotta pay up or shut up. That's the way it is. Just like we man, if we want a younger girl, we gotta pay for that, right? Pay to play. So it's the same thing goes on with the relationship when it comes to a younger man and an older woman. And when it comes to an older man and a younger woman, man's gotta keep them happy and give them what they want so they could keep them in that relationship and keep that smile on their face. That's the way it goes. But today, there's a lot of single older women out there that are begging for men that they cannot have. And on top of that, they want a man that can get it up, they say, right? That they want a man that could satisfy them. When you already had your fun, but you're thinking about you still could have intimacy. And when you can't handle it at some times. Anyway, people, with that, I'll let you go when you think about that.